Okay, so hello, welcome to our podcast. This is our first episode. Today we have a first full moon in January, and it's also called Wolf Moon. And I have Melissa here with me. She's gonna be diving into the energies of today and giving some tips and explaining what's going on. So maybe Melissa, you can say something about
Yes,
yourself and introduce yourself a little bit.
yes. First of all, thank you for the invitation. And yes, so I'm Melissa. I'm a psychic, I'm a hypnotherapist, and I want to do in this session with you, share with the people, especially the energies right now, and using my psychic abilities to channel also from the spirits directly the messages about this Leo full moon, also the full moon, like the first in the year,
Yeah.
matching also the Pluto Aquarius phase right now. So there is a big shift coming, and I'm happy to share valuable insights for those who feel a little bit lost in these energies. Maybe it's too much for them. So we can deep dive and be in the flow. Let's see what's gonna channeled. You never can
Yeah,
prepare this.
yeah, perfect. Yeah, like I think a lot of us can feel that a lot is going on, like a lot of up and downs. What are the main topics of this full moon of today?
Especially this full moon is reminding us to remember who we truly are, setting boundaries, especially regarding those who are using these kindness of us.
Oh yeah.
Also being aware of narcissists, because we have a lot of among us, but we are not aware of it. And it is, maybe you heard about gaslight, where
Yeah.
the person in front of you makes you believe that all the fault is yours and it's on you and you are the one to blame, and you feel a lot of guilt in the inside, you feel ashamed, and you believe this person and you allow this gaslight. So making also big awareness on that. Maybe we do another podcast only about gaslight and narcissists. Maybe the audience and the listeners can put in the comments if they want more about that, because it's also a huge topic, I guess. I don't know. Did you have any experience about that? You want to share maybe?
Well, I think everybody does a little bit. Yeah, I always communicate a lot, so gaslighting is for me more about like that somebody really disappear, that they kind of just use your energy and they go. Usually, I at least have some discussion before that happen. But yeah, I think it's a very common topic, and a lot of people are experiencing it. So I
Yeah.
think that's a really good topic to explore later.
Yes,
And
definitely.
I have a question. Maybe you can tell us what is the difference between energy between full moon and new moon, and what is better on those days? Because I've heard that, for example, I'm not sure if it's full moon or new moon, that one or the other is better for manifestation, another one is
Mm-hmm.
for better for letting go. So maybe you can also explain a little bit about that?
Yes, that's a beautiful question. So the full moon is more about bringing things to the surface, which we oppressed like all the time, and like
Mm.
emotions, like anger, fear. Our biggest fears show up nowadays, and it's about like a cleaning, a cleansing time of these energies, and about letting go old belief
Mhm.
systems, patterns, and so on. So we have this phase, and then we go to the phase of the new moon, where we can then fill up the cup with more beautiful things, do the manifestation. But before that, we have to empty things so that we can
Mm.
fill up ourselves with much more beautiful, like dreams and new friendships, new relationships, and so on. But for this, I have to let go the old relationship or
Mm.
friends who are not really aligning anymore, who are not vibrating anymore. So this is the circle in general. So
Mm.
the more we work on ourselves, the less we get affected by the full moon or the new moon. But we are like in our full soul power. So this is why the universe, or where the universe wants us to bring. So at one point, the whole universe, the whole solar system, the whole planets are serving you and not the other way
Yeah.
around. Like,
Yeah. Amazing. So it's better on the full moon and the period before or after to like really focusing on things we want to let go, we don't want in our life anymore, right?
yeah.
Do
And the
you have made?
energies,
Mhm.
sorry, and the energy starts like 4 or 5 days in front, and then
Mhm.
also 4 or 5 days after. But the peak is always the full moon itself,
Yeah.
but it starts already, and then it's
Yeah.
getting less. It's not like this all of a sudden. It's
Yeah.
there and then it's gone.
So it's about 4 days before, 4 days after, then we have a little
Yeah.
break, and then comes the energy of the new moon.
Yes, exactly. This is the
Yeah.
cycle. Yeah. And you
Okay.
have to be aware of this. And then, as I
Mm.
said, then it doesn't affect you in a negative way because it's not the aim.
Mm. So it's important, like as long as we have the awareness, we can basically use it in out for us, like to work it
Exactly.
for us. And if we are
Yes.
not aware, it can really like we can be thinking, oh, what's going on? I'm so down and so on.
Exactly.
Okay.
The higher the consciousness level,
Mm.
the higher you get connected also to the moon and to the because the moon itself, by the way, has also a consciousness, like it has a
Mm.
spirit. So if you connect, then it's also you also get through dreams messages or signs everywhere. So it is serving you at one point, and it's beautiful then.
Yeah. And do you think is there a difference between how men and women feel and perceive this? Because women maybe like since we have our cycle and we are a little bit maybe more, up and
Yeah.
down and used to this flow. Is there a difference between how it affects men and how it affects women?
Well, as women are for sure more emotional based than men, and also maybe you know that that women's brain, this left and the right side, can work in parallel, so they communicate. With men's brain, it's not the same. Either the left side is working or the right side, but not at the
Mm.
same time. So this is why our emotional intelligence is higher than men, and that we get easily much faster affected, or we get to feel offended or more like emotional or like hurt and so on. Men like more
Mhm.
like in a different behavior, but this is the
Mhm.
main reason why it is affecting us more.
Yeah, so men might maybe better follow the calendar more to see,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
women when they tap into their self, they probably are gonna feel it much more without even seeing the calendar or you know.
Yeah, exactly. And also it is said that the moon is a female spirit.
Mm.
And that is why, and so the sun is more like male power, and the moon, and this is why the sun is representing also our father, and the moon is representing our mother in the psychological trauma therapy, for example, when we work with that. So it is
Mhm.
also for even for a subconscious, the moon represents our mother, the female part. So this is also maybe good to know for people, like why they are more affected than maybe men.
Mm. Mm. And is there something you could recommend then, some kind of rituals or maybe some kind of, yeah, what we can do on full moon to best let go of things we don't want in our life anymore, or
Yeah.
people, or.
Yes. So first of all is to be aware of our triggers, because nowadays we maybe get more triggered. So like looking a little bit from the outside, okay, this is triggering me, this makes me angry, but why? Because I'm
Mm.
disappointed. Okay, why? Like a little bit trying to understand the pattern here. And
Mm.
then there is also a ritual of writing a letter, that we write down all the things we are not don't want anymore in life. So this is like a commitment to the universe, to the spirits, to show, okay, I'm aware of it, I'm
Mm.
fully aware of this, so please, here I need help or support, because I'm not doing it on my own, it's not easy, and so on. Maybe some are like beginners on this path. So write it down, and then you can burn it. Why burn? Because fire is a transformation also here.
Mm.
So with burning it, you are like committing to transform all this stuff, like you are ready to let go. For example, in new moon, we don't burn. We don't burn down our wishes. Never do that. You put it into water or maybe into earth, like you don't burn it. You only burn all these negative things you want to transform or you want to get rid of. So this is one of the beautiful, and for sure, meditation is also good, like trying to connect to the consciousness of the moon. Just being in the nothingness is also a good practice to do.
Okay, those are the great tips. And for example, before writing a letter, there would be good to maybe meditate before, right? To really
For a
get
preparation.
inside. Yeah.
Yes. You can do that.
Is there something specific we can do in the meditation to really connect to ourselves before we start writing? Maybe like ask for some guidance or, you know?
Yes, asking for guidance is always good. And also trying to getting awareness of your own being, like connecting, like you are the soul, but we are so disconnected from ourselves that you try to connect to the soul itself. Like, okay, like getting, like expanding with your being more and more. And then like even expanding to the moon. Like imagine that you you start to connect with your being to the consciousness, like flying high above to the moon and doing a visit, like saying hi.
Okay. Okay, perfect. So today we have the first full moon of 2024. Can you maybe talk more about specific topic connected to this day, to today?
Yeah. So this Leo full moon wants us also to not to force the doors which are closed. This is a very important message here. Sometimes we think, oh, it's a challenge, and this door, like imagine a project maybe, or a relationship which really doesn't work out, but you force it, you want that it works out, or a business, whatever it is. And the message here is of this full moon, leave it. Let it go, because there are new doors opening, new doors are waiting. But if I'm focused on this one, no, I want that one, and the universe says, yeah, but this is not good for you. So maybe like, okay, I let it go, and not exaggerating the ambition here. Like, no, I want this, I have to do it, because seeing it as a challenge. Because sometimes when doors are closed, then sometimes it's like, maybe you should really let this one. And like saying to yourself, I open myself to new opportunities. What else is possible here? What kind of opportunities are there which I don't see, I'm not aware of, or whatever? So that you open the space, because we cannot control everything with our minds. And we should really let go and trying to give the control and the steering to God, not even the universe. Let's go one above to the boss and let's steer him, because he knows the best. This morning I wanted to do also like full moon prayers, and I sit down and I was like, okay, like, because I worked a lot on myself, so I'm fully aware. And I was like, okay, what do I pray for? And you know what I did? I prayed, God, you know the best for me. What would make me happy? Where is my path? How I can connect more to you? You know everything best. So why should I work on that? So please send me. I'm really open for everything you send. So send me whatever you want to. I'm ready for this. If you want to give me a mission, I'm ready. If you want to give me whatever, I'm here for you.
Yeah.
So this I did, and it was so light, and it took the responsibility away from me, because we sometimes drive ourselves crazy. Oh, okay, manifestation. What do I manifest? Okay, but maybe it's better to have something different, but you're not aware of it. But this one would make you more happy, but you don't know it because it's not in your field. So say to God, okay, here I am, guide me. And this is the best we can do. This is my recommendation for sure. Not everyone has to do that, but this works the best for me.
So we need to have trust
Oh, yes.
that
This is
whatever is
the biggest
happening, it's
thing.
happening in the best way for us.
Yes, exactly.
And how do we distinguish the situations where we need to really push through something, you know, or we should never, when there is a resistance, we should never push through, or how
I
do we
love this
distinguish
question.
that?
Thank you. It's a perfect question. Thank you for that. Because yes, sometimes there is also a sabotage. So
Oh
the
yeah.
project is meant to be, but there's a sabotage, and then we say, it's not meant to be. Okay, I leave it. So thank you for that I can have the answer this one, because it's very important, because it's not always that the spirits are telling you. So how can you distinguish this? So if it's coming from the mind and from the subconscious, it is always connected with negative emotions, fear, anxiety, thinking and overthinking. Oh, how do I do this? Da, 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 da. And there's a lot of there's a lot of mind things going on. So there is something like, okay, there is a big sabotage here, and it's mind which is taking over. The other one is when it's coming from the spirits, they say right now, the doors will already open by its own. So there are coming signs that the door, which is meant to be, will be already open for you, and there will be slightly signs. Even, for example, they say right now, like, your heart is light. Even the door is not open yet, your heart is light. You have a trust so blindly. Maybe you don't even have a plan, but you trust. Let me give here an example, so so that the listeners can understand the difference. You know, I moved to Dubai, and for 2 months and 2.5 months, I didn't have a place to stay, and I was moving around. But I had a lightness in my heart. I was fully in trust that the right place will come at the right time, and that God is making me wait for a reason, because it has to be prepared. So I wasn't like in desperate situation. It was not easy. It was challenging, but I was not in a desperate situation. I didn't have any kind of negative feelings like fear or crying, anxiety. Oh my God, I have no home. No, it was like someone behind me saying, wait. But you could think the doors are closed. Even some people would say, go back. Look, it doesn't work out. You don't have a home to stay. You don't find something. No, it was even the dreams. I even asked, like, is this a sign to go? And was directly coming from the spirits. No. So, okay, I'm a psychic. I get the spirits' messages directly. Not everyone is a psychic. So you might ask, like, okay, but how do I get the
Yeah,
messages?
that was exactly
As we're
my
not
question. I was going
non-psychic.
for, like, how for us normal beings, how do we know?
Yes. So this is here, when a door is closed and you are not sure, is it now divine, or is it maybe like my subconscious here? Always get in contact and ask the spirits, please give me a clear sign which I can understand through dreams, through people, or maybe let Melissa speak or whatever. But please always communicate with the spirits clearly, not give me a sign. Yeah, but when? Now, 5 years later, because the spirits have no sense for time. So please say, okay, give me now, today, or within 3 days, a clear message, a sign which I can understand. This is also important, because they give a sign we don't understand. Like, okay, where is the sign? And we gave it to you. What? How? So there needs to be an alignment, because the spirits are not. They didn't have a human experience. They really don't know how to be a human. They don't know how we feel. And for them, it's like, it's so easy. Why don't you see it? And like, yeah, come do it yourself. Yeah, it's not that easy, but they don't know it. So you really need a deeper communication. And you can do, for example, also a meditation that you close your eyes and you say, okay, I now set the intention to connect to my spiritual guides. Okay, I cannot see, hear, feel you, but I allow myself that it happens. And now here is my command to the spirits, please. Now I have a situation here where I need a serious decision about my life, blah, blah, whatever it is. So now please give me a sign that I clearly understand today. If it's very critical, time urgent, then you can like give instructions here. This is what we learned back then when I had the course about like the spiritual world. It's like clear instructions they need.
So
And
we
then
need to be, sorry.
no problem. And then you get the signs, and if there is nothing coming, then it's like, wait, don't do anything, park it aside, don't think of it, don't focus on different things, do some sports, ground yourself and whatever. If there's nothing coming, stop it, park it aside.
So we need to be specific about what do we want the guidance about, when, and that it has to be in a way we can understand and it's clear for us.
Yes.
Those 3 things are important for us to receive the right sign so we can actually understand it.
Exactly. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. And slowly, we all like get into that more and more. Like my message is here to who listens: don't give up that easily. Like, don't do it like 3 days. It doesn't work. Yeah, but maybe your third eye is closed, not active. Maybe your crown chakra is blocked. Yeah, so don't like blame the spirits here. They cannot get through you because the channel is blocked. It's like they are trying to call you, and the person you're calling is not available right now. And then you think, like,
yeah. How do we know if some of our channels or chakras are blocked? How we can find that out?
Yeah, that is very easily to find out. So especially, first of all, the body reacts here. Any kind of, even if it's a little bit headache or stomach problems, health issues, and so on, this is a sign that the chakras are blocked, maybe some of them or all of them. The other thing is that you're not in balance. It means that you throughout the day in many emotions. You're waking up happy, then you're sad, then you're frustrated, then you don't know what to do, then you blame yourself, then you feel guilt, then like you're going through all these emotions which are not that high vibrational for sure. And then like you think, oh my God, I have had the day for nothing. And maybe you think, oh, I have HD or whatever you have, or you start Googling, maybe I have a psychological problem or whatever, and then you do a self-diagnosis, and then it gets getting worse. But only the chakras are blocked. So,
and if I'm correct, you can also do readings for these chakras, right? Like people
yes,
can turn to you, and they can, like, you are gonna directly tell them specifically like
exactly,
this and this chakra and what to do about it, right?
Yeah. This is the special gift I was given, let's say. And I can also like see the root cause for this. Like, why is the chakra blocked? Okay, it's blocked, but it's not blocking by like, I'm having some issues, let's block myself. No, it's like there are traumas or happenings which is blocking them. And it's like a long-term thing. The chakra doesn't get blocked like in one day. Or like, for example, you do a chakra opening, maybe some rituals or whatever, you open them up. It's not like getting blocked within days. But if you don't work on the traumas, then unblocking your chakras are not long-term. It's not long-lasting. Because it's not only for the moment, like showering yourself, but in the deep, you have like dark energies or maybe some traumas and so on. So it needs deep work.
So the chakras are blocked from subconscious, and if we even like kind of brush it off on the top, we open it up for a little bit, but as long as the subconscious, the problem still stays, it's not gonna go away by itself, right? And it's gonna block the chakra again.
Perfectly explained. I can say nothing onto that. It's perfect, exactly this way.
Okay, so what do we do about that?
The thing is that you can, like, people cannot work on their own subconscious. Unfortunately, they say, I work on myself and so on. It is like the doctor saying, I operate myself. Yeah. The subconscious is a really world for itself. It's a programming. It is a very deep topic. We can also have another podcast about this one.
We will definitely do,
because this is like, I can talk for hours for that, but you have to be aware that you need outside support. It is really going to the doctor. You also don't say like, I have a heartache, it is very painful, and you say, I stay at home and maybe I work on myself and take some whatever aspirin. No, you have to go to the doctor because it's some serious issue. It's the same with life. If you're going through serious trouble over and over again, some patterns, you have to get the help from the outside. Well, like, why to resist? It is not being like, you are needy, or you cannot do it by your own. We don't have to like show ourselves here. Just go and
Yeah.
seek help. Like, why
Yeah.
to resist here?
How do we pick the right person to help us? How do we, because there is so many people
Yes, yes,
working
yes,
with
yes.
this, and I would say, especially in past few years, there was such a boom of these specialists on everything, and
Yes, yeah.
coaching and this and that. So there are so many options. How do we
Yes.
choose the best, what is the best for us at the moment?
Yeah. So 3 recommendations here. I wanted to say 2, but they say 3. Okay, let's say what's the third one is because I have 2 in my mind.
Gonna be surprised.
Yes. So the first one is looking at the certifications of this person. For example, on my Instagram, I put it on the top I show all my certifications, what I did. Yeah. So people can see, okay, there is something behind what she's saying. The second thing is, did the person solve her own problems or his own problems? Like, yeah, for example, I cannot smoke and tell you, we will make it. I will make you leave
You
smoke.
should stop.
Yeah, exactly. So, like, how do you say it? Talk the walk, walk the talk. One of
Yeah,
it
yeah,
was it.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So like what I am saying, I have to do it my own also.
Mm,
Yeah. And not just saying blah blah, but like telling you how abundance works. And I myself have a lack of abundance. I tell you how it is to be in peace, and I'm like here on myself in a fight. So look at the behavior of this person, if it's loving, if it's peaceful, and if it's fully understanding. The coaches should be very patient and in love. So if someone is hard to you, or like blah, 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 or a little bit like with ego, or I know everything better than you, and then stay away. The third thing, now they are saying like they will guide you to that right person. So if it feels right, like, wow, yeah, it's resonating with me, then
Yeah.
go. But don't force yourself. Like, for example, don't try to people make you convince. What do I mean? We don't sell any kind of products. We don't. I always say I don't sell anything. Yeah, it is, you have to come to me, and not the other way around, trying to convince you, Yanka, come to me, come to me. Well, I will help you. I will help you. If someone is doing that, stay away, because no, you have to come with your free will, because then you will get results. Otherwise, you don't get results because you're convinced to do that. And you're like, okay, let's try it. And with this attitude, you have no commitment. So it will
Yeah.
not work.
Yeah. And the first one, you were talking about certification. Do you think it's important, or because I would think that some people, it can be both ways, some people can be very gifted and not to have any certification, and then some people can have whole wall of certificates, and they still don't live it, they don't walk the talk.
Yes.
So do you think it's important, the certification? What's the, yeah.
Yes, it depends on what kind of work they do. So I do hypnotherapy for sure. It's for me essential. I need that. Or I do trauma therapy and so on. So this is so as long as it is psychology and subconscious, you need certification. There is no way out of it, because it's very, very sensitive. The subconscious, if someone is working on the subconscious without knowing what they are doing, they really can mess up. They can re-traumatize the person and so on. So you really have to hold the space for this person. The other one is like gifted person who are like healers. That's okay, because this is something else. And there you have to look at the energy, because this is also tricky, because like, yeah, as you said, like how can you certificate someone about spirituality? It's not that easy. So really follow here your heart, and see if this person is really able to hold the space and is a good and strong channel, or is it like, yeah, let's do a healing session, but then you get nothing out of it, and then you're disappointed, and you might even think like this kind of things doesn't work. I spent my money for nothing. But it
Yeah.
works, but the channel was not strong enough.
Mm.
So it's
So
a
we
little
are,
bit a trial and error, to be honest. Like,
yeah.
don't
So
give
we
it
are
up
back to the
first.
trust again.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Trust the guidance and ask the
Mm.
spirits, like, okay, is this one the true one?
Mm. So even if we have, for example, some kind of gifts, you know, to help people, we should still be looking for tools, and we still need to learn the tools, how to use it, right? Especially if we
Exactly.
want to work with
Yeah.
subconscious and
Oh,
really
yes.
these like deep-rooted
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, exactly. Because in the subconscious, the analysis is very important. And
Mm.
also it's a responsibility. Like, you work on a human being. You're not fixing
Yeah.
a car or something like that. You can break a car or something, and okay, then you can repair it. But if you break someone's subconscious heart or whatever, it's also creating bad karma. So you have to
Yeah.
know the responsibility here, and like being, okay, sincere and authentic, and saying, okay, this I can handle, or maybe, this is maybe too much to me, then stay away. And so if a coach is listening here also,
Yeah.
to knowing the boundaries here and the borders, like how much can I, and where is like, okay, it's too much.
Yeah, so we need to use both. We need to use how we feel about things, like to have the trust, but also to have some reasonable things which we
Exactly.
should look at.
Yes.
Okay, that's perfect. Is
Yeah.
there something else more about this day we can focus on, which would really support us in
Yeah.
today?
So one last thing I noted down here is that this full moon also is a little bit triggering our loneliness, our like seeking for love. And it might be, even I had that yesterday. I had
Oh
this
yeah.
feeling of like feeling lonely, but like, for example, we are not close, right? So in that moment, you're not reachable for me. But I
Yeah.
know you're also like me, high spiritual. We can talk for hours on these topics,
Yeah.
but you're not there physically. And in that
Yeah.
very moment, this loneliness comes up. Like, you are in the crowd, but although you are like lonely, and this will be triggered a little bit more to remind us that we are not really lonely, because in that very moment where I had a little like amount of time, I had this feeling. I was looking to the moon outside. I was like, I wish like someone would be here, like to talk about, because I was experiencing something spiritual and no one was there. And like they were saying, yeah, but you have us and you have yourself. And this like made me like, okay, I'm not alone at that very moment. But it's not easy, to be honest. It's a challenge. So you really need the standing here and a strong mindset that you don't fall into that trap. So this new full moon in Leo will trigger this one too. I'm lonely. Maybe people are sitting with husband, wife, children, and so on, but still feeling lonely, alone, not understood. And there is a lot of out there now that like-minded people are not finding each other very easily, and like people are trying to getting out of the box, and then they're not matching anymore with those people. Like, you change, what happened to you? And the biggest challenge is in marriage, or like in a relationship which you feel trapped then, especially marriage, because in relationship still you have this exit.
Yeah.
But in the marriage it's not that easy, because it's for sure more responsibility and commitment there. So it's a huge challenge. I work with people now who are trapped in marriages. They want to escape, not happy anymore. So another podcast maybe about that one.
Yeah.
And like, what do I do when I'm stuck in a relationship which I cannot get out easily? Because people say like, but I love him also, but I'm not resonating anymore. Like, this is the biggest challenge. If it would be a big fight, then you say, I'm going, bye-bye, and then it's much more easier. But what do you do when you still love this person, but you don't have the same mindset anymore? You cannot talk
Yeah.
about it anymore, about spirituality, because they think like, bullshit, what is that?
Yeah, it's
So this
very,
will be
very
triggered.
difficult to leave someone you don't like, you still love them, right? But you know that it's not the right match anymore.
Yes,
Oh
exactly.
yeah,
It's very
that we need
painful.
to, that we should definitely talk about, because I think a lot of people are facing that and it's so hard to do.
Yes,
So
yes, yes,
yeah.
exactly.
And can we do something in these days if we feel lonely? What can we do? Like how we can help that feeling to either accept it or go away? I'm not sure what's better.
I would recommend here to remember who you have in your life, because this is what I did. And I said, no, 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 stop. I'm not lonely. I have a lot of friends, and I started message them. Just, I love you. How are you doing? And so on. So
Yeah.
reconnecting again, because I remembered, okay, some of them I didn't contact a long time. So just saying hi and reminding you you're not alone. Yeah,
Mm.
you have people, but we forget.
Mm.
We tend to go to the drama. I'm so alone, no one. No, there might be at least one person. And
Yeah.
if you don't, let's assume you don't have anyone, you are feeling that lonely that you don't even have someone in your phone book, then okay, set the intention to network, to get in contact. There are always possibilities and ways, always, but we need to set the intention.
Mhm.
Otherwise we stay in the victim role. Yeah, I
Mm.
tried, but no, always energy. You can
Mm.
attract anything in life.
So we can ask for help again,
Yes,
and
tell
then
the
give it
spirits,
trust.
send me the right people.
Mm.
Anything is
Yeah.
possible.
But being specific, when, who, for what, and so on, right?
Yes,
Otherwise, they can
exactly.
play with us a little bit, maybe. Or I know that you like to say that they are very playful, the
Oh
spirits and the
yes, oh
guides,
yes.
and it kind of
They're
like
very
to
funny.
make fun from us of
Sometimes
us.
like seriously? Yes. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. Good.
yeah. That's
Yeah, yeah.
amazing. Is there something else which is coming up, or which it's
Mm-hmm.
we should know?
For now, just stay connected with yourself, because the Pluto
Mm.
Aquarius phase is also there. The next 20 years it's just
Oh
start.
yeah,
It's not
we are
just like all of a
definitely gonna
sudden.
talk about that one.
And we do
Yeah, that's a
another,
big one.
yes, podcast only about that. I want to talk,
Mm.
because then there will be more messages from the spirits. So, but
Yeah.
for now, I think all of this should be clear, that you have to be, just to resume, be aware of narcissists around you. Don't allow gaslight.
Mm.
Stay connected with your spiritual guides, and you are not alone. These are the main
Mm.
topics here to highlight, that you remember, okay, as long as you are connected, you are never alone. You can't be.
Mm.
Getting
Yeah.
back to oneness.
Yeah, I think that's what we often tend to forget, that we are never alone.
Yes, yes,
Yeah.
exactly. So time to remember.
Yeah, that's amazing. Thank you for reminding us, because it's also important to just hear it, and then we're like, oh yeah, that's true, like, because sometimes we tend to forget, especially when we are down, we tend to forget about the good things
Exactly.
in our life.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's good to remember that.
yeah, yeah. And thank you for opening this space for those who needs to hear that,
Yes.
and
Yeah, thank
hope to
you.
continue with the other topics we mentioned before.
Yeah, we are definitely like, we've touched so many topics which are so interested to talk about
Yeah,
and would give for the whole podcast. So we are definitely gonna continue. Also, I would ask people who are watching us to write down what is what's the
yes,
topic for them, what is really like keeping them back or holding them down, and what they would like to hear from us, and you channeling from spirits. I think that's always amazing, and that's always very unique, and we can really, for us who cannot just download the informations ourselves, it's amazing to have somebody like you to really just,
yes,
for you to be the channel for us,
yes,
and
yes.
for this
I'm
channel
happy.
to be the channel for them. So we go like,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
so
Definitely.
thank you so much for being here and for doing what you do, because it's I've seen how it changes people, how also myself I have experiences with that, and it's just amazing.
Yeah, so happy to hear that, and happy to continue with our podcast sessions. And they are also excited to channel their messages through me.
Yay.
So happy to serve here.
Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
amazing. Thank you very much. And
thank you.
we are gonna come up very soon with another episodes, and we are looking forward to see you again.
Thank you very much, and see you soon. Bye bye.
Bye.